protection, here to stay. On your path, the truth unfolds. Guides will whisper, stories told. Let your journey now begin. In the magic, let's dive in. So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the Terran's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. The moon.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Make sure if you drop a yes, no, you're liking the live stream. Yeah, it's been a good day. It doesn't feel like a Sunday to me, so I'm like a little thrown off. It feels like a Saturday or a Friday. I don't know. But yeah, it's going well. Having a good weekend. Yeah, we're having a heat wave today. What did they say, hon? That there was... Did they just say heat wave? Yeah. Oh, a heat advisory. Where we're at too. You just finished coming from the beach. That sounds fun, Amy, though. Margaret, no, 9 of Pentacles. This person's going to stay independent from you. Yes, 6 of Pentacles, Amy. Gemini, Four of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. I think that if I were to say yes or no specifically off these cards, I would say no. But the Three of Pentacles does make me feel like there might be an opening or an opportunity for him to communicate with you at some point. I just feel like it's the timing. Asking if it's going to happen soon is making me a little hesitant. I do think you'll hear from the Sag again, but I just don't think it's going to happen like immediately. Yeah, Amy, I've heard of that happening with the waves. If the tide is high, the waves are strong. Um, it can be kind of dangerous. You're welcome. Bake, yes, the sun. Yes, the Emperor for Louisa. Sienna, no, Five of Cups. Shavana, yes, Eight of Pentacles. This has to do with work and finances. It might be that you have to cater to his needs, or you might have to be the one fronting the responsibility financially, or you might be having to be more accommodating or flexible for him if he's like needing to work more time, work overtime. You have to be understanding. So yeah, I can see how that would be a little bit more stressful. Yes, Ten of Pentacles, Fatima. Nine of Pentacles. Give me a second, MMC. I'm not sure. Two of Cups. Okay, I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. No, Fabi, Two of Swords. You're welcome, Sienna. Thanks, Amy. Four of Wands and the Magician is a yes for me, Jenny. You're welcome, MMC. Yes, Eight of Pentacles, Bria. Hey, White Chick, those are the kind of questions I don't answer, friend. I don't answer financial questions specifically having to do with the government or legal things. Hey, sweeter, welcome in. How are you? Two of Cups is a yes for me, White Chick. You're welcome. M. Grace, I have the Six of Cups. This indicates that your connection to him is something from the past. So, I feel, okay, so the Six of Cups is a yes card for me. It is very positive. It means that this person has a connection to you, a familiarity with you. But if the circumstances that you guys are exes or you guys had something going and like you're not in communication or you broke up or you separated or something like that, he's keeping you in the past. Okay, that's what that card means. If this person is someone that you are actively talking to, he's actively pursuing you, it means that he feels a bond, a comfort, a familiarity, that he's looking forward to seeing where it can go. Keeping in mind that the Six of Cups is a positive card, but it does mean of the past. It means, so if your connection, if you've moved on from this connection, then it's likely that the OP is trying to keep your connection in the past. So you kind of have to interpret this card. Are we actively talking? Is he actively pursuing me? If that's the case, then I think it's a very positive card. But if you guys are not in contact, he's not pursuing you, or potentially you guys are exes or you had something in the past and you're not really talking right now, then that's where he wants to leave it. So that's why tarot is up to interpretation, because we have to understand the circumstances we're currently in to understand what the meaning is behind the card. So hopefully you figure out which category you're in so you understand that question, okay? Or the answer to that question. All right, We are going to move on to Amy. Amy sent for a donation. We are done with the free list. Yes, definitely. I picked that up for sure, Grace. Amy, let me get shuffling for you. The sun will do that to you, Amy. I notice like I get a lot better sleep and a lot more tired if I'm at the beach. Okay, so I have space. I need more time to think. Reminiscing, I miss our inside jokes. Responsibility, I have to take care of my personal and emotional needs. Reflection, being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. Neglected, I failed to give you what you need. Third party, there were other things that got in the way of us being together. And then at the bottom of the deck, I have shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. Sure. Okay, so the first card I pulled was reunion. We will see each other again. Holding back, I should have expressed myself better. And at the bottom of the deck, escape. I left when things got hard. You're welcome, Amy. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Have fun on vacation. I have heard of Key West. When I went to Florida, I went to Orlando. I don't know much about Key West. I'm Googling it right now. Oh, that looks really nice. Yeah, that looks beautiful there. It's so beachy. It almost looks like tropical, like you're in a different country or something. So it looks like it's almost its own island, I think. So you're near Miami, I think you said. You would have to drive this, looks like one road all the way down to Key West. Because it's like, I don't think it's its own island, but maybe there are things that connect it. Look it up on a map. You'll see what I mean. It's at the very, very, very edge. Basically in the ocean. Let me see the distance between Miami and Key West. 3 hours. So you guys would probably want to stay there at least for a day or two if you're going to drive three more hours. It's basically the southernest part of America. It looks like. It's like a little bit north of Hawaii. Like if you look at the latitude, it's like almost like the same latitude as Hawaii is. Latitude's the horizontal, right? I think. Like longitude's vertical.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, close to Cuba. A boat ride away from Havana. It's like, here, I'll put it on the screen. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll show you. All right, so do you see the map on the screen? So like this is the Bahamas, this is Cuba, and this is Key West. So Key West, you would have to go from Miami, which is up here, and you would just take that route all the way past Key Largo, straight down that one route to get to Key West. If you could see, it's like the very end of that road right there. So you could drive it, but it would take like 3 hours from where you're at right now. That's wild. I mean, it sounds nice, but I don't know. Depending on how long you guys are there for, you might want to carve out a day or two if you're going to spend 3 more hours in the car to get there. It looks nice though. I mean, it seems like a really nice experience. It looks pretty, but it almost looks like you're at a resort or you're like in a tropical country. Oh my goodness. That sounds good. Hey there. You want to know if you can trust David? I'm not doing free questions anymore. If you look at the banner scrolling on the screen, our free list is closed. It's $5 for a yes, no. Did you want to donate? Hey Jay, you can donate if you like, but we're not doing free questions anymore. My pricing is in the description in my Cash App, Venmo, and payment information is in the pinned comment linked in the chat. Hey IJ, how's it going tonight? Oh, nice. You're very welcome. Did you get your readings this morning? Because I know it was kind of late when I sent them over to you. Sounds good. Okay. Got you for a BOGO. Cool. Okay, let me know what you'd like me to shuffle for. Amy, I'm sorry, I just saw your comment. You said you're going to go eat. Have a good night, and I'll see you later. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm not yawning at your question. I'm just a sleepy person lately, I guess. All right. Let's see what's going on. What are the energies around Danielle? There could be attraction here from her part on you, Two of Cups, but she's reading you as someone who's keeping themselves at a distance. You're coming through to her as the King of Cups, or sorry, the King of Swords. So this is basically you keeping it cool, calm, collected, as you mentioned, you keeping it above board. She's definitely feeling this coolness from you. She doesn't necessarily feel that you're being um unwelcoming by any means. She feels like you're being nice, but she can definitely feel that you're kind of keeping her at a distance. So I feel like maybe there's been attraction for you. There's always been attraction for you, maybe wondering if it was mutual. But as of right now, she's reading you as someone like logical, practical, um, kind of keeping you at arm's length kind of thing. Like if you guys were to have a conversation in person, you'd pretty much be standing at a distance from her, keeping your arms crossed. You'd be doing some kind of body language that basically exemplifies that you can't come too close to me. And I feel like she's kind of picking up on that through conversation. Maybe there's intrigue or curiosity. I definitely don't think she's super attached to you or attached to the idea of being with you or anything. I have the devil in reverse. So I really don't think that there's any ill intent. I don't think you're dealing with someone who has like bad motives. And I don't think that this person is like obsessing or anything like that. I think that they are just looking at this at face value. So I would say that she's kind of maybe going off of your temperature or maybe gauging off of your conversation, kind of letting you take the lead potentially. But yeah, I don't think she necessarily has any hidden motives. I feel like she's just kind of chilling, doing her own thing. She's coming through as the Queen of Pentacles, so maybe she's feeling like she's what am I trying to say? Like she's kind of just living her own life, worried about her own responsibilities and oh my god, my brother, I'm so sorry. My brother is texting me like crazy right now. And it's like distracting me. So yeah, she's coming through as the Queen of Pentacles. So she's like, I'm worried about my own life, my own responsibilities. Like I got errands to run, I got things to do. I feel like she's just not putting a lot of stock into this conversation. So if for whatever reason things got weird, I feel like she's not stressing it. Or if it was a pleasant conversation, she's not obsessing over it. If it was a heated conversation, she's not worried about it. Like I just feel like she's kind of just walking around with a good head on her shoulder. She's being very realistic. The Page of Cups in reverse makes me feel like she's not in this like hopeful, romantic, like mindset. She's not delusional, okay? She's not giving into delusions. The Page of Cups, it's a great energy upright, but sometimes it can mean that like we're hoping for the best in a situation and we're not really being practical. We're trying to believe that something that seems impossible could actually happen, and sometimes that can come across as a little bit delusional. So I feel like she's just, it is what it is. She's facing everything at face value when it comes to you. So like, I don't know. I mean, it feels good. Like I kind of like this person. I kind of like how this person is just thinking very realistically. That's the word I'm looking for. She's a very cerebral woman focusing on growing her money and her children, and she did post about living her life. Yeah, no, that's definitely what it is. The Queen of Pentacles is just like, I can't really be bothered because I have a lot going on. So Queen of Pentacles is like, I got responsibilities, I got errands to run. Queen of Pentacles is actually the mother card, so it's interesting that she does have children. So I feel like it's a good energy. I feel like it's a good vibe. I feel like she'd be a good friend or someone to confide in. But yeah, I feel like she's in the business of not forcing things, is what it's coming across, is that she understands that like if it will be, it will be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. I'm not going to sit here and stress about this or that because I've got too much going on, you know? So She's got a good head on her shoulders. I like her energy. I think it's a good energy. Does that answer your question? Oh, perfect. Okay, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Hey, Culture. What's up, girl? How are you? Are you having a good day? Oh, it looks like you donated, Culture. So I'm working on IJ right now. I'll be with you after that, okay? All right, IJ, you said been feeling an energy today, not in a bad way at all, especially after doing meditation. What's going on here with this connection? What's going on with the connection? That song reminds me of working at Party City. I had to listen to it all the time. All right, AJ. So I feel like with this connection, I'm like, where is it leading? Where is it going? What's going on here? I kind of feel this like inner conflict in what I'm going to explain why I'm feeling this, because for every good card that I have a negative card associated with it. So this, it's like I have the Knight of Cups, and this is like loving and romantic and adoring and admiring and like wanting to spend time together. And then I have the Three of Swords, which talks about like anguish and separation. Then I have the Six of Wands, which is like appreciation, admiration, wanting to tell the world about your connection and just feeling so good being the center of someone's world or the center of someone's attention, feeling like how you feel is being reciprocated. And then I have the Eight of Swords, which is like I feel restricted. I feel like I can't like pursue. I feel like maybe it's all in my head, but or maybe this is on me because I'm overthinking the situation. Because like the Eight of Swords talks about how you feel restricted, like you feel like there's something that you can't do even if you want to, but nobody's putting that restriction on you except for yourself. So that's why I'm feeling this conflict, IJ, because there's so much like reflection and happiness and feeling appreciated and feeling heard and seen. And then there's like the other token where it's like, okay, but what can I do about it? I can't do anything about it. And I feel like this is probably mostly her, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it's you too, IJ, because I think that you're trying to be, maybe more on the patient side with her. You're trying to just kind of let her figure out what this means for her, what you mean to her. Maybe you're trying to not pressure the situation. And you're just kind of saying, like, feeling like we're meant to be together, then it's just going to happen. But there probably is a part of you as well that's conflicted, because I would imagine after having feelings for someone for so long and it kind of being such a slow build, that you might feel like, okay, well, what's going on here? Where is this going? What are we doing? Um, the inner conflict I feel from her is very strong. And I feel it's almost like she's saying I have to abandon. Like she's not processing that you can have two things at once. She's not processing that you can have a great relationship with someone and also focus on your goals. For whatever reason, in her mind, it's one thing at a time. In her mind, I have to achieve this. I have to hit this milestone. I have to do it this way. And she refuses to allow herself to stretch and be flexible and be malleable and allow herself to see more than one thing at one time. And then there are times where she gets close to going, you know what? Screw it. Let me go ahead and just do what I want to do. And then she chickens out of that. And so I feel like whenever we're doing like channeled messages or whenever we're doing readings, it's like we really feel her on that edge of just going, you know what, just forget what I already had planned for myself. I'm just going to go for what I want. She's always on that cusp. She's always on that edge. And I think it's truly because of how strongly she feels for you and how much she feels appreciated by you. I think that there's this connection to you that she feels is like, wow, like this guy is so patient. This guy is so strong. This guy has like really been there to support me. And she maybe even feels like at some point you're just going to lose interest and walk away. I feel like she feels a race against time. I feel like she wishes she was, 28, 29 years old. I feel like she wishes that she had more time to kind of do things in a certain order. And so basically what I think is going to end up happening is she's going to have to just get very uncomfortable. She's going to have to get to a point where she realizes that whatever her plan is for herself, whatever she thinks she was supposed to do or whatever she had planned to do is not working. It's not happening the way that she thought it was going to. And she's just going to have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. She's going to have to get comfortable with the idea of, okay, this isn't my plan, this is God's plan. Like, this isn't my plan, but maybe this is how it was supposed to go, and I've just been resisting all along. Either that, IJ, or you have to make her feel uncomfortable, because unless and if you're chilling, if you're good and you're like, no, I'm fine, like I'm not stressing it, all right, cool, then give her as much time as you want. But I feel like there's going to come a point where you feel like, okay, we really need to get this off the table or on the table, because I need to know like where your head is at. Like, are we thinking and feeling the same things? Are you interested in me but not ready to explore that? Are you ready to explore that and just been waiting for me to make the move? Like, I feel like you get to a point where you start to get uncomfortable too, and you kind of want to just face the music and have an actual conversation with her. Obviously in your IJ way, very respectful, very understanding, very no pressure. but basically like, this is how I'm feeling, and I'm just wondering if you're open to reciprocating that feeling, basically. But something's going to come to a head, is what it feels like to me, because you can't be in limbo forever. You got to live your life, and she does too. So if you're in a place right now where you're chilling and you're fine, and you're like, it's all good, I'm not worried about it, then keep letting her have as much time as possible, because maybe things will come together naturally. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think more than anything, somebody's going to confront somebody about something. I think it's going to come to a point where either you or her or something happens where you feel like you guys need to actually discuss what's going on here and where you both see this heading. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think if you're not applying any pressure, which I completely understand not wanting to, because you might not want to put her in that position, but I feel like if you're not applying any pressure, even a little bit, even like, let's just show our cards here real quick. Like, I feel she's just going to take advantage of the time you're allowing her to have. So some decisions are going to need to be made, whether you're there yet or not. That's what it's feeling like to me. And it doesn't negate or void out or whatever, cancel out, that there are really true feelings here. It's just, what are we doing with these feelings is the question, You're welcome. All right, what career messages are coming through? He looks extra cute when he's sitting on your lap. Because you could just tell he's so happy. Buddy, you know how I feel about that sound. You gotta do it somewhere else, buddy. He's looking how he's looking at you. He's so, his little tongue. Look at his little tongue. Oh. He was like this. He was like. You need to get out of here fast. You think you have a plan for getting your next career, but that's going to take time. All right. How fast should she leave this job, please? How fast should she leave this job? How fast should she leave this job? All right. They want you gone, I think, before the end of the year. I have the 3 of Cups. That is 3 months for me. I also have the 9 of Cups. So where are we? June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So definitely within the year. But maybe even as soon as 3 months. Because I feel like I feel like you've overstayed your welcome there. Or like they've overstayed your welcome. Basically, that's more like it. you are sticking it out for as long as possible, truly just because of what it provides to you currently. Do you know what it's reminding me of, culture? It's reminding me of those people who, like those women who are like stay-at-home moms and they're getting a divorce and their husbands don't know, but they're like, I need to get out, whether they're in like a DV situation or they're just very unhappy and they've tried to make it work. It's kind of like those women who will plan months and months and months in advance for the ultimate departure. So that's what this is reminding me of. It's reminding me of a toxic situation that you find yourself in, but you can't just impulsively leave. Oh, that was your mom. Interesting. So maybe you're taking notes from her, or it's like you're planning out how things are going to go. So maybe right now you're tucking away extra money. Well, not necessarily extra money. Who has extra money these days? But, whatever it is you're able to put aside just to kind of help prepare. You're looking for jobs before you even leave this job. You're trying to figure out what the overlap is. How long can I get on savings? How long can I get by with savings? And then even if I take like a little bit of an intermediate job, like an intermittent job, something that's kind of like a little bit here and there that will get me through. It's reminding me of my husband. Actually, he was at a job that he just could not stand, and he was like, it was like affecting him mentally, and like his health was getting affected. And he was like, screw it. He was like, I'm leaving. He signed up for Instacart and did delivery for a little while in between jobs. He would go to work, he would come home, he would apply for jobs every single day. But it was like something to kind of get him out of where the situation that he was in. And that's what I kind of feel like where you're at, culture, where you're like, maybe I can get something temporarily that's not necessarily ideal, but it will help me get by just to get myself out of the situation that I'm in. So I'm feeling a lot of like planning ahead, and I'm feeling like you are already one foot out the door before these people even know that that's your plan. But you also have to be smart about it and make sure that you're setting yourself up the right way. Welcome in, everyone. We are not doing free readings right now. The free list has been closed for the night, but if you want to donate, you can. If you have any questions about that, let me know. So essentially, culture, I feel like there's this desire to advise you to make sure that you're planning ahead, getting yourself something temporarily, even if it's not ideal, even if it's, having nothing to do related to your job whatsoever, and doing that for a little while in conjunction maybe with the money you've tucked aside, if you have been able to do that. Career wise, I feel like they don't want you to leave the industry that you're currently in. Whatever experience and skills that you currently have, that's something I feel you're being guided to continue with. Again, you might have to take a little detour to leave this job, but they want you to come back to this because they said you're really good at what you do. And this is like a great career path for you. Welcome in, friends. So we are not doing free readings tonight. You all are more than welcome to donate. My price list is in the description, and the link in the pinned comment will take you to my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App information. So the Eight of Pentacles here, culture, is just basically me being advised to guide you to make sure that you find your way back to the type of career that you have. Maybe not in the same type of company or something like that, but I feel like they want you to kind of get back on track with that. Also, I'm being told like multiple streams of income are going to be very important. Four of Pentacles makes me feel like it's important for you to learn from this and try not to find yourself back in this position again. So, if there's something that you can do that kind of helps provide you additionally outside of the job itself, that would be great. Something that you can kind of streamline and make money from. Um, just like an additional income is kind of what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm gonna add on really quickly. Okay. Did you have a yes no question that you wanted to ask, Culture? I'm investigating a different career. Oh, interesting. Okay, because I felt like they wanted you to stay. It requires more education, might not be forever, but it offers a lot of what I'm looking for. All right, should you keep pursuing this? This is completely different than what you're currently doing? I feel like maybe that's the detour. I'm trying to, because I know that there's a detour, but I feel like you come back to what you originally were doing with a different company. I have the Ten of Swords here and I have the Wheel. So the Ten of Swords to me indicates, well, first of all, Ten of Swords is a yes or no card, is a no for me, but I don't want to read it like that because the Wheel came out with it. The Ten of Swords tells me that this, when you say it may not be a forever career, I agree with that because the Ten of Swords indicates like an ending. It indicates eventually walking away from this. And for whatever reason, I feel like you come back to the original thing that you were doing. It's not necessarily a bad detour. I think it would be fine depending on how much the education costs. I don't want it to put you completely out of your way, especially if it's not something you're going to be doing forever. But if it may bring a little bit of peace of mind to you in the meantime, the Wheel talks about timing. It talks about, what goes around comes around. Like what goes up must come down. It's one of those kinds of cards where this may be something that's good for now for the time, quote unquote, being, because it's a time card, but it's not something that's going to, like, you're just going to stay in. I don't think so. But I do think that this is not a bad thing to have on your resume. I think this is not a bad thing to have experience in. But for whatever reason, intuitively, I do feel like you find yourself back in your original career. Not necessarily with that same type of company, with the same type of mission. I feel like you're looking for something a little more ethical, but I do feel like you find yourself back in the original type of field, if that makes sense. Um, I don't know. If it were me, basically, I'd have to like really, really think about it because trying to start a whole new career is not unfathomable. But like for me personally, for example, I have a license in a career field that I do not even practice. And it took me 10 years to pay those student loans off. And I don't necessarily regret going through the schooling because this is something that I'm proud of. And I like knowing that I have that under my belt. But at the same time, I spent probably double that I would have had to if I didn't have loans to pay off. So I'm kind of in a place where it's like if I were to have to learn a whole new skill and it required a lot of money from me, I would be worried about my ability to commit to that because of knowing that I have spent a decade of my life paying off a loan of something that I don't even use anymore. So I think you just have to kind of think it through. If the education is free, I'd be like, hell yeah, sign me up. If it's a couple $100s, I think that's great. But if we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars to get that education that you're going to have to pay off, it may be something you really want to think hard about because what if you end up not liking it? Or what if you end up only doing it for like 3 years and then you go back to where you were before? You kind of feel like, well, that was a detour. You know what I mean? Like that was a detour that I guess I didn't really need to take. It got me by for now. I guess it served its purpose. But here I am 5 years later, still paying off those loans, and I'm not even in that field anymore. I don't know. So, culture, I feel like number one, I think you go back to the original career in a different company. Two, I don't think this is a bad idea in medical coding. It might be something that's like a blessing in disguise for you. But depending on how much money it's going to cost for you to get that education is something I definitely would be taking a second look at. And I do feel like this is temporary. So, with those things in mind, you have to make the decision that you feel is best for you right now. You're welcome, Culture. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thank you for stopping by.
If you talk to a lot of people who see UFOs and light anomalies on the regular, they feel like their life has changed. They feel like they have an obligation and a responsibility to have other people also see what they're seeing.
Lily believes there are many others just like him, and that the sightings will continue until the truth is known.
I think I'm not alone. I think they communicate with a lot of persons. All that I know is that many people, like even if they swear, before didn't believe. Now, from what I know is that many people believe more and more, and they're showing more and more to many people.
What are you watching?
Paranormal caught on camera.
Oh, just in other countries?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, this one, they have them like all over.
oh, okay. So sometimes maison du vent. So they have them sometimes in like art, like in
Different countries.
Yeah. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Wow. All right.